Hi, Sagittarius. So, this horoscope is the short heads up for all the astrological information you need to know to navigate the month of September 2023. And that is for the Sun in Sagittarius, the rising sign in Sagittarius, and if you fancy as well, the Moon in Sagittarius. How have you been doing, Sag? Well, it's been quite tough energy for all of us. I feel sometimes as if every time I make a video, I say, hasn't it been tough? But it has. There's no getting away from it. And with the current retrograde motion of most of the planets, what I feel it's doing is it's slowing us down to take time out, to just have a chance to reflect, to rest. So, if you've been having quite a kind of, busy time in all departments of your life, then now is the time to just chill a bit whilst these planets do their thing. But let's look at what is going on this month, because we've got some interesting energies going on. First of all, Venus, our planet of love and relationship, also the planet of self-worth, and it can represent finance and money. Venus in Leo is your ninth house of higher learning, of extraordinarily spiritually kind of awakening awareness. It's also, because of course it's your house, it's a Sagittarius house, but it's Leo for the sake of this reading. So you see where I'm coming. So you know very well what the ninth house is about. It's also, of course, about travel. Well, you've had Venus retrograde in this part of your chart. Some of you may have taken a last minute break or holiday somewhere, and that will have been an opportunity for you to recharge your particular batteries. Now, on the 4th, Venus goes direct again. And I think that with the momentum of Venus moving forward, in spite of it being in its shadow zone into October, it is going to help you get a sense of movement. Things aren't so stuck. Things aren't so kind of just messy, because it feels as if there's been a lot of things going on that have been unfinished and unanswered. And that hasn't been helped by the Mercury, our planet of communication in Virgo, in your 10th house of work and career, retrograde. But I'll come to Mercury in a minute, because first of all, I want to talk about your ruling planet, Jupiter, our planet of luck and opportunity, of travel, of expansion, of all manner of kind of wonderful, higher learning, higher spiritual echelons that we can reach for. Jupiter's in the sign of Taurus currently. Now remember, Taurus is a fixed sign. So for Jupiter in Taurus, it's going to feel a little bit restricted. But however, it's the 6th house in your chart. This is your sort of daily routine. It can also be health matters, and it can be your working routine, and just all those little pesky jobs that we have to do that are just kind of like tiring and boring. And anyway, Jupiter is going retrograde also on the 4th of September in this part of your chart. Listen, don't worry about it, because actually I think what Jupiter is aiming to do is give you a chance to get any checkups that you need to do with your health, because you might have been absolutely going at it hammer and tongs, and I'm not talking about sexually, although it sounds like I am, and now I've got down that rabbit hole. I don't really know how to get out of it, but nevertheless, you've been pretty kind of running round in circles. That's what I feel, Sagittarius. And finally, when Mercury goes direct, because it's been retrograde in your 10th house Virgo, which is your house of career, or where you appear on the sort of public stage, so to speak. And that's on the 15th of September when Mercury goes direct. I think there'll be a little bit more order to your life in general. And, you know, if there are health checkups that you need to do, Sagittarius, I really do recommend that you do them whilst you've got the beneficial and the benefits of the planet Jupiter in the part of your chart that is specifically to do with health. You don't want Jupiter to be expanding something that you don't want expanded. So just bear that in mind. Also, on the 15th, we have a new moon in Virgo. And again, this is your 10th house, which is the part of your chart that is traditionally career, work, constructive projects, anything that gets you to the top of the ladder and seen in the public arena. So even if you're not doing anything within that kind of boundary, it's still a new moon in this area. It's Virgo. It's about attention to the details. If you're not working and you don't have a career, there must be something that you love doing. There must be something you're passionate about. This new moon is helping you to develop maybe a new part to it, a new phase to it. So use the energy constructively and enjoy it. And also with this new moon, it's trined by Uranus, our planet of the unexpected. And we haven't got round to mentioning this yet, but Uranus, of course, is retrograde in Taurus, also in that 6th house where Jupiter is, your ruling planet. Uranus is turning things upside down with your health. Be careful, Sagittarius. You're a fire sign. You're mutable. Sorry, you have the tendency sometimes to go in several different directions at once. Sagittarius, you really need to slow down. And I haven't even talked about Saturn in this reading, and I'm actually not going to, because, you know, Saturn as an overview really is inviting all of us to just take it easy, set some boundaries. And Uranus, trined by the new moon, is saying, listen, use this energy to nip anything that could be problematical with your health in the bud. Now we come on to the next day, the 16th. But actually, the energy building up to what I'm about to talk about, what I call this primordial soup, the primordial soup from which all things are created. We have what is known as a grand earth trine. This is very interesting and exciting. So the points of this particular grand earth trine are the sun in Virgo in your 10th house. That's, remember, let's just for sake of argument call it the house of career or passion. It's trining Pluto retrograde in Capricorn in your 2nd house of finance. And in turn, they are trining Uranus retrograde in Taurus in your 6th house of your daily routine, those little jobs that have to be done, and your health. Can also be pets and small animals. This energy is going to be around for a few days. I want to just talk about this primordial soup. When we have an intention to co-create with the divine, and remember, the key word to all of this is co-create. We have to do it in alignment with what is for the greatest good, the highest good of ourselves and the highest good of others. So when you have that intention of what you want to bring into your life, what you want to manifest, what you have to do is have the intention and give it over. give it, let's say, to this grand earth trine. Let its seeds sink into that primordial earthy soup, this grand earth trine. Let those seeds go right down and be nourished by the kind of elements and energies of the cosmos. Because once we let go of it and have faith that the divine, let's use that word for sake of argument, because it's terribly important that we use a word for the all of the all, the universe, the divine intelligence, etc., etc. It has to be a word that connects us with every fibre and cell of our being with that energy, so that we let go, because we know we have given our wish, our intent. We've let it go into that primordial soup, and we have faith that the divine, we'll use that word for now, will manifest for us, point us in the right direction for that which is for the highest good of us and of everyone. So we don't always get exactly what we want, but it's about having faith and trusting that sometimes what we think is not what we want turns out to be exactly what we want and exactly what we need. Sagittarius, before I get too caught in the minutiae of that, with this Virgo energy at the moment, we have to talk about the autumn equinox, because of course this is when the sun actually moves into Libra, and this is the 23rd of September, and this will be the part of the chart for you, the 11th house, which is about, this is where you create those dreams, those projects, those wishes, where you manifest them with the idea, with the intent of putting them into that primordial soup. Venus, now direct in Leo, in the 9th house. Remember, that's kind of like your house, really. So this is the house of higher learning, of education, spiritual enlightenment. It's also the house of truth. Venus is trining Chiron, our wounded healer, in Aries in the 5th. Now the 5th house, I humorously call it the house of fun. Welcome to the house of fun. Because actually, oh my God, don't we all need to have some fun? And Venus trining Chiron is saying a lot of your inner wounds could heal if you just let go and actually sit back, relax, and have some fun and see some friends. Just chill, as we say. Just chill. Finally, on the 29th of September, we have a full moon in Aries in this same part of the chart, the house of fun. And this may be that there is a certain element of any entertaining or partnership or playing around or kind of love affairs that was fun for the summer, if you know what I mean, but now it's time for us to go back to metaphorical school and get a little bit serious. And Venus in Leo in the 9th is actually squaring Uranus retrograde in Taurus in the 6th, on the 29th. So Venus squaring Uranus is saying you can gain so much of your self-worth and your sense of who you are and understand yourself much better by allowing yourself to actually just rebel a bit, step outside the box, as we say, think outside the box, just play a bit, Sagittarius. You've got too serious. You need to stand back and play. So there we go, Sagittarius. As you've noticed, I've used a slightly different format for my monthly zodiac signs this month. No more of the palm and the 5 points heading towards the camera. It worked for a while. I've decided to change it. I've found a different or a way that works for me now, way of getting my notes right for doing these videos. So I'm happy. If I'm happy, and if you like what I'm doing, hopefully you'll be happy. So on that note, please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and subscribe to my website. Don't forget that. There will be things coming up, probably in the new year, the way we're going, but they'll be there eventually. So on that note, thanks so much for joining me, Sagittarius, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.